Hey guys, and welcome back to Eternal Darkness. Yes, I am a girl, and no, I will not send you naked pictures. Oh wait, never mind.
Much has been written about the exploits of conquerors. In the context of history, one man's champion is another man's nemesis, hero or murderer. Much has been written, but what has not is far more interesting. The Tome of Eternal Darkness mentions a Venetian artist and architect of the Renaissance named Roberto Bianchi. Roaming abroad to find inspiration, he was captured by a warlord expanding his empire. He forced Roberto to use his architectural and engineering skills to construct a monument to his greatness. To complete his task, he must survey the site.
Survey the site quickly, dog, and maybe you'll live long enough to see the sacrament's construction. Did you think we would trust you, Bianchi? Even though you are graced with the generosity of our liege, you are still his prisoner. As I said, finish your work quickly, and maybe we'll drag you out of this hole.
Roberto Bianchi is a Venetian architect, and he was played by Philip Proctor, who also played the bishop last chapter, I believe. We're in the same location that we were with both Kareem and Lindsay, and we haven't found the book yet, so... I have no idea where he was hiding that torch. In his robes already lit? There's not really a lot of puzzles in this chapter. The main objective primarily is going to be to to survey all the locations that we need to find on the map. We can see here that X's show up. They fade in and out, which sometimes can be annoying, to show you where you actually need to survey. So we're going to have to look around this room until we find this examine and survey it. I know this looks like a puzzle, but it's really not. All you have to do is go from lever to lever, pulling them until you open all the areas and get to that place you're trying to go to. And so starts one of the main problems with this weapon. You can see that it's not doing any damage because only the part of the blade that's closest to the hilt is doing any damage. The peak of it doesn't even actually count, which can lead to a lot of problems later on. As an architect, I would think that Roberto would be really irritated by this, because this is no way to design like levers and gates in the middle of a hall. I don't even understand like what was the point of that at all. I hate to keep hammering this home, but it comes evident in every chapter that this game, besides the sanity meter, is just one of those typical throwaway horror games. These things like strange lever puzzles and scared people hiding in the corner, they don't really do much for the actual like gameplay. The atmosphere is wonderful and the characters are great, but each chapter has that same puzzle theme with the same things going on over and over again. It really kind of begins to irk me. At this point in the game, the Trapper universe is pretty much void. Anything you need to heal, you can heal with the magic and the spells that you already have. So just trying to leave here is probably the best choice, and with how slow he runs, getting in the purple circle can be really difficult. You just want to go through the purple and get the fuck out of here. Summon Zombie is the exact same spell as Summon Trapper, except it has the 2 Paragons. One little interesting detail they threw in here is that all these rats you see running around are actually killable. There's also ones in the kitchen in Alex's house. I know that puzzle seemed pretty obvious, but we got a couple things we want to do before we head on that way. We want to fight this mini zombie, and somehow Robert Wadlow's zombie is there. Not quite sure what he's doing in ancient Persia, but, you know, there you go. Did you see that drip of blood come down from the ceiling? It's completely unnecessary to fight these guys, so just leave the room and you never have to come back here again. The blood falling from the ceiling is one of those subtle sanity effects that I really like. Kind of like the noises and backwards voices that start going on when your sanity drops. Oh, you guys, don't you have fond memories of this room? Remember when you and I together, we put these blocks in the right order? You put the red in the red and the green in the green, and I taught you about the circle? Remember all these memories we've gone through? They're just... I feel so touched. You want to immediately leave this room because we need to grab the second item on our way to getting the ultimate weapon in this game.
Help me, Grandpa. I can't take this anymore.
Don't be so weak, Alex. You have a stronger mind than this. I didn't bring up a weakling. Not a scared wretch of a girl.
You kept all this from me. You kept me alone. You shared nothing with me.
I couldn't. I could never give you the burden. I just wanted you to grow up. To grow up and leave me alone. Why couldn't you have been killed with your parents? This can't be happening!
Alright, so Grandpa's a dick. And what we see now, because our Reveal Invisible spell is still on, is the Sapphire Effigy. That goes along with the Emerald one we picked up in Kareem's stage. And now we can proceed with the area, with the forbidden thing, since we actually have the key. Yeah, the forbidden thing. Well, we obviously can't just walk across this yellow, lightning-y floor. A lot of things were changed for this game because it didn't end up coming out on the 64 like it was originally supposed to, and one of those things was that there was a yellow god that was originally slated to be in the game that was removed, and I think this is a leftover remnant from that. There aren't a lot of things in this game that are as broken as this scythe is. He's standing right there. Unfortunately, he keeps hitting the pillar, and here he's not hitting anything at all. The scythe just isn't doing anything. things in this game, like the scythe being broken, that make this game kind of unreplayable to make it to the third playthrough, and you kind of feel like you have to chug along, just keep going just to try and so you can see that final ending. I kind of feel about this game sometimes the way I feel about certain RPGs, where I hate like specific dungeons in the game, but I really love the game and I want to keep playing, but there are certain dungeons that just hinder me from wanting to continue. Really, the only use these zombies have are to do puzzles. I don't really suggest playing them for any other part, although you do have attacks that you can use. Not really sure what the blue smoke in this hallway is. It gives the room a nice look, and it goes away when all the enemies are killed, but I honestly just don't know what it does.
Venture no further, or be struck down where you stand.
Who? What?
I am the guardian of this temple, the Forbidden City. None shall enter except the chosen. Speak. You are the chosen. For many years I have tested those who came here, and all have failed. You are unaffected by the power I wield, and thus must surely be the chosen.
I?
Once I was as you were, confused and without answers, yet they came in time. Now my duty is complete. I can finally rest. My sacrifice was not in vain.
If you don't know where all the survey areas are in this level, you will be wandering around for a really long time. The map is awful and they can be really difficult, and that's why I don't replay this chapter a lot. But since we already found all of them, all we need to do is walk back to the beginning of the level. And we're just about back to go report to all the creepy things we found on here. Ugh, gross stuff everywhere.
And what news do you bring me, Architect?
The foundations are infested. Demons and devils. Many lives will be lost if you try to build there.
You have done well to complete your goal, Bianchi. The construction will continue as planned.
But the demons! You'd be insane to build there.
Silence, dog! What dwells beneath the Forbidden City is the very reason it was built. For you to understand, you must witness it firsthand. Let me educate you. Guards! Put this one with the others of the sacrifice. I am the Scourge of God, appointed to chastise you, since no one knows the remedy for your iniquity except me. You are wicked, but I am more wicked than you. So be silent. Now you, Architect, you are about to make your largest contribution to this project.
The Black Guardian grows restless, my liege. Its hunger increases, and the binding continues to weaken. We feed it flesh, but I fear it will not guard the relic too much longer.
There is no choice in the matter. It must remain and guard the artifact until the time of planetary alignment. After that, the Guardian may return to its lair. Our master does not like failure. It is imperative to keep the binding intact.
Then we have to find more flesh and bone.
Ugh, just the timeline doesn't make any sense. You try making sense of it, and I'll see you guys next time.